Right on. Let's say hi to Diane. She says she's coming in from Birmingham.
Hey, Diane.
Um, rhinorrhea, runny
Yeah.
nose, right?
Okay. That's all
Right.
that
So
means.
rhinoplasty,
Yeah. I get that.
diarrhea,
Runny.
rhinorrhea.
That's good.
Bo is here.
Hey, Bo. What's up in Bo's world? Way to go, Bo. It's like so much rhymes with the word Bo that you can't help it but make a saying out of it, right? It's nice to have all of you join us as we move on to our Therapeutic Thursday. But if you guys have anything to add about the medications and about the stuff we're talking about, please do so in the chat. All
I will
right.
say that Allegra is my favorite.
I know you were telling me that
Yeah.
before. You know, Benadryl used to work. It's not working for me right now, but again, we'll get into that in a little bit. Well, you know what? Let's just get into it now because I'm itchy. A lot of you may have seen in the Aortic Hope private forum me posting this grotesque picture of what looks like ton of measles across my back. It's actually all over. It's actually from my collarbones down into the upper part of my thighs, all the way around my body. So I am allergic to the contrast dye in CT scans, and I noticed this allergy way before I had a dissection. We're talking a million years ago. And while I was in the machine, I felt like I had a million bees stinging me up my arm, and I started having problems breathing. Well, they gave me whatever medication they give you to make all that stop, and they said you are forever here. Considered allergic to CT dye, you need to be sure to tell a doctor so you can be pre-medicated in the future. Okay, now that's iodine based, but I can eat shellfish without issue. So doesn't mean that you're allergic to shellfish too. It just means I'm allergic to the dye. So then the aortic dissection happens, and they still had to pre-medicate me before they diagnosed me with the dissection. So I was given IV salumedrol, which is Benadryl, I'm sorry, which is prednisone in an IV, and I was given IV Benadryl. Now, what that does to your body is it makes you feel like you are running a marathon with your eyes shut because you are half asleep, but you are wide awake. Prednisone and Benadryl is a freaky, freaky combination because my heart was racing, kind of having palpitations, some arrhythmia, and then the Benadryl just makes you like, you can't even react. You can barely speak. You're so out of it, and it is not necessarily pleasant until you work through that sensation. That's by IV. And usually about 45 minutes to no more than an hour later, they can then give you a CT scan. That's just the reality of it. And either way you look at it, you're going to get that CT quicker than you probably would if they tried to fit you in for an MRI. Not to mention an MRI of your entire aorta is going to take about 40 minutes anyway. But on a CT takes 5. So it's this weighing the cost versus the benefit. Pre-medicated me, I got the 5-minute CT scan. They knew right away what was happening. Fast forward to 2017, I had a scan at a different facility. Lo and behold, they used a different contrast agent. And even though I was pre-medicated, I had a breakthrough reaction. This is definitely an allergic reaction. And I looked like I had second-degree burns. Same experience, itchy, painful, was horrible. Now, I just had to be in the ER last week for chest pain. I'm fine. Everything's fine. No change in my aorta. It was probably stress or GI related. But they decided that a CT scan made sense since I have 2 aneurysms and the pain was radiating. It had been lasting 4 or 5 hours. It made sense. It was the quickest way to determine. So we all decided collectively, all right, let's pre-medicate me. We're just going to go for it and cross my fingers I don't have a reaction. I didn't have a reaction in the machine, and I didn't until about 24 hours later. I started feeling a teeny bit itchy, but by the next day, I am, as I sit here, covered in a rash. I am in taking Benadryl and it is not doing anything. I just started prednisone today. This is my 4th Medrol dose pack this year, and I do not think that steroids are a good thing to take. I'm hoping and praying that it knocks it out of my system within the next like day or two because I am losing my mind. I'm gonna go crazy. I take Claritin and Singulair every day. Nothing's helping. Nothing's helping. And as I was telling Joshua early, if I had chickenpox, I would be covered in scars because I am like I cannot stop scratching. And then when I scratch, it hurts. So you know, it's kind of a deterrent, but it's miserable. But now the decision is, what do I do moving forward? Or what do I do if I have the same situation? Well, A, I'm not going to blow off the chest pain. That's stupid because, it could be something one day. So I'm going to go to the ER and I'm going to tell him I'm really allergic and I need some other diagnostic test. And from what I was told, the next best test actually would be a TEE, transesophageal echocardiogram. So, really quickly, somebody can give you some propofol, knock you out real fast, and stick that camera down your throat, right close to your heart. So it goes right down your trachea. Nope, goes right down your esophagus. Yep, yes, 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 esophagus, and gets really close to the heart and can take pictures like an echo, but much more detailed pictures of the most critical area, which is the area that comes out of the heart. So probably when you add up the amount of time it takes to be pre-medicated and waiting for that CT scan, they could probably already have me in and had the TEE done and determine if I was in imminent danger. So that's probably going to be what I have to have next time because this, I won't die from a rash, but this is 2 breakthrough reactions, which means I'm probably at higher risk for something worse, and I don't want to get to an anaphylactic reaction because I think having an EpiPen and making my heart race that fast would be bad. So, yeah, little propofol, TEE, if that's what I have to do. There's always a thing they can do, you know, but this is misery. So, if you think you're allergic, please make sure you tell somebody that you must be pre-medicated. Make sure your spouse or family member or friend knows, because if you can't talk and advocate for yourself, you need to have someone express this because this is not pleasant. And each reaction is different for those of us that are allergic, and some could be worse than others. So just food for thought. I am now stepped off my soapbox. How's that?